Hi, welcome back to the final whistle there. The Championship predictions, week 12. And yeah, not a great week in the predictions last week for all of us, apart from a certain individual. Could it be Steve? Could it be Rich? It could even be me. But no, we're going to look back on week 11 as well, and the results. The bloody parachute payments, as we like to be called in this day and age of the Championship this season, wasn't good for any of us, to be honest. So, yeah, we're going to look back on all the results, also talk about our own teams as well, talk about the league leaders. Middlesbrough and Coventry started off fantastically well. Coventry winning every game so far. Middlesbrough 1 point behind. So, there's no parachute payment sides in the top 6 going into this week. And yeah, the relegations battle at the bottom seems to be heating up as well. We're going to chat with the boys ahead of everything. Dave, I don't even understand what that emoji is, mate.
He's loading.
He's loading. Yeah, it's not good enough, Dave. Sorry, mate. When you're late, we can't wait. Connor Cody has fallen so far that Dan Shaw gets subbed on before him. Scar couldn't even get minutes in League One last year. Well, we could have told you about Connor Cody, but you lot don't listen. You lot showed ignorance when we were talking about Connor Cody and said, you know what, we've got a good defender on our hands. A so-called leadership is what you like to call him. And is that £2 million worth it for you lot to send him off to Radio 5 Live and every week? Of course it ain't. But he'll keep collecting the wages as he goes on. Good evening, Mick. Good evening, Colin. Mick, MC Neil.
Mick McNeil. It's Mick McNeil. Yeah, he passed away today, ex-Town and Middlesbrough in England.
Michael, you don't mind me calling you Mick, mate. I know, obviously, a lot of people called Michael like to be called Mick, but Cody's not in the squad. Not surprised. Like I told you, I could have told you this. But, boys, welcome back then. How are we? I hope we've all summarised stuff.
Depressed,
wonderful.
Mate.
Wonderful.
Steve, I'm going to ask you first about Football Manager. Obviously, that's come out today.
Not yet. It's out at 8 o'clock.
Not yet, right?
Yep. Okay. Yep. Yeah, 8 o'clock. You're lucky. Because if it was 6 o'clock, I'd be sat here doing this and not paying attention. So,
well, not good enough. We're going to have to hire somebody else when Football Manager comes out, aren't we, Rich? You know, someone who's capable. No, Steve, how are we though? You good?
No, depressed, to be honest, mate. Football is the most depressing thing in the world. Awful at the weekend, and an awful first half against Hull. Forgetting the fact that we were in Hull, I was in Hull for 3 hours before kickoff. Right. The most depressing place I've been in my life. So, yeah, not ideal. And then, yeah, we saw some shit football, but luckily I got home after about 45 minutes because I'm quite close. I live in Lincoln, so it's not too far away. So at least that was okay. I got home at a decent time.
Yeah. Rich,
what was your food review? What was your food review, Jack? I see it on TikTok.
It was I forgot what about it. Loaded waffle fries. It had cheese sauce on, barbecue, pulled pork.
It looked nice. It looked all right.
£6.75, I think it was. I thought it was £6.95. That's what I put it down as.
Not bad.
Yeah,
not bad. Is it worth
it?
Good.
Yeah, 9.5.
9.5. Wow. Was that the highlight of the night? It's got to be.
Well, I think so, unless Aaron Ramsey's goal counts as well. Yeah, but
not really in a 2-1 defeat.
Not really, mate. You know, we don't really focus on good goals when we lose, but we do.
At least you scored a goal. And you only lost by 1.
Yeah, they had chicken gyros as well.
I like them.
They had a Hunter's chicken.
Off to Hull in a few weeks.
I should have gone there. I went to Wendy's and it was the most depressing Wendy's I've ever had. The chips were overcooked, the burger was shit, and the chicken was raw. So,
when is Jack going to get any points? I don't know. I'm falling short like Leicester at the minute. This is the thing. I keep crawling out of the bloody predictions every week with nothing these days.
Shall we just put the banner off, Jack, and I'll give you the points for the week.
Right. Let me get the drum roll on then. Where is it? Bloody hell.
That was it.
There was only one correct score this week.
That was me.
And that was Rich with a 2-1 win for Watford against West Brom.
This is the third time, Steve, that I've gone for Watford for 2-1 at home, and I've been correct every time. The Hornets are helping me out, aren't they?
Yeah.
So, Javi Gracia. Good old boy.
Not great. Jack, you're still on 9. I'm on 13. And Rich, you have taken another extended point to 15.
Yeah, just nicking away a little bit.
The championship is so hard to call this season. Obviously, there weren't a lot of draws, were there, this week? What's your thoughts on the start of the championship season, Rich? It seems very much tight, and it looks like anybody could even win it this year, to be honest. You look at Ipswich, Southampton, Leicester, the parachute pavement sides. They're nowhere to be seen at the minute in the top 6. But you look at all the teams, what's in the top 6, they're giving it a good run for the money, especially Coventry, the league leaders.
Well, I was looking at the table this morning, and I was looking at West Brom, who we play on Saturday, Jack. So, obviously, they lost last night 2-1, and now they're 10th.
Yeah.
If they'd have won that game, they'd have been 3rd. I mean, this shows that the league is so tight, and you go down, we're in 14th game in hand, we've got 13 points. So, if we could win that, we'll go to 16. I mean, look, there's a whole host. I mean, whoever thought that Millwall would be sitting 3rd and Charlton would be sitting 5th in the league? You know, they're doing brilliant. They're doing brilliant. And this might be the season that one of them teams, if we as in the parachute payment teams, keep failing, these other teams have got to take advantage of it, because we are stumbling. We're not playing well. You obviously lost again. Southampton are obviously having a really, really tough time, aren't they, under Will still? And, I think if you're a team like Charlton or your Millwall, just make hay while the sun weren't shining today. It was absolutely pissing down the rain. But you know what I mean? You've just got to hoover them points up. And I mean, it's a really interesting game for me at the weekend when you go to the Den. I mean, you're not really on form and Millwall are. And it's always a tough place to go. But I wouldn't put any money on Millwall beating you, because this is how the championship works. You obviously need to show a reaction from the other night, and then you drew at home to Portsmouth on the weekend, and so you need a win. Millwall need to keep that run going. We've got West Brom at home. I mean, no one would have predicted we'd lose 3-0 at home to Charlton, Jack. Not in their right mind.
Question, because we talked about this last night on a different channel. Do you think it's arrogance from the players?
Yeah.
Well, the other night we're talking before we come on about that we'd made 7 changes, and I know I said to you two, I can't have that these players cannot play 3 games in a week. I just think they're highly paid professional athletes. I know you're going to get knocks and you're going to get suspensions and that, but we treated that game the other night, Steve, as if it was a first round tie in the Carabao Cup. That's just what I think. When you're making 7 changes to your team, and we haven't been firing as it is, that's a little bit of arrogance. Yes, it's another thing that maybe our manager doesn't know his best 11, so he's sort of searching for a team. You'll see on the weekend, we'll probably make as many changes again, and that's no good. When you've got new players in, you need to form them partnerships all over the pitch, and we haven't got that at the minute. I mean, our mentality is when we're in a game, if things are going right, you probably see when we play Sheffield United on the telly, it was great, wasn't it? They weren't very good, but things are going right. Yeah, we're plain sailing. When anything goes against us, like we can see the goal, we just can't handle it. We just collapse like a deck of cards. And that says to me, you've got no leadership on that pitch. You know, when you're going to concede goals in football, we all know that. But when you have a sticky spell in a game, you've just got to hang in that game. You concede a goal after 52 minutes. You just say, right, for 10 minutes here, we're going to get hold of the ball. We're just going to, the game's going to be, there's not a lot going to happen. We're going to try and get back in the game. bloody hell, we've conceded 3 goals in 12 minutes at home to Charlton. The game's over by the 62nd minute, and that shouldn't be happening. I'm not being disrespectful to Charlton because they came, they had a plan, they executed it to a T. We should not be losing 3-0 at home to Charlton. I'm sorry, we shouldn't be. Last season, we're getting beaten by Man City and Arsenal and teams like that. I can handle that. I can't handle it when you're basically, I'm not saying they're not trying, but you're in a little bit, I would say they're doing their own individual thing, our players. They're in a bit of self-preservation mode at the minute. Yeah, I'm doing my thing over here. I'm not really worried what you're doing over there. You ain't going to get nowhere like that. You're getting nowhere like that.
I said this to Steve after the game. I said the arrogance between Leicester, Southampton, Ipswich, they've come down that way, Rich, and they've got a slap of reality for doing exactly what they've been doing.
Is that fans as well? Do we need to maybe take a step back?
Do you know what?
Possibly.
Someone did say to me, there was a way of, what was your realistic ambitions this season? I said promotion. I said, of course it is. When you come down, you want to go back up straight away. But I said, the Championship is a tough league. I said, you're never going to walk the league of the Championship because of how difficult it is when you do come down. And you make it harder on yourself anyway, Leicester have. We cause our own issues. We've got players who keep badly performing, but they keep getting picked anyway. But then we'd lost that game as soon as the team selection come out against Hull. We'd lost it altogether because, we've got players in there who shouldn't even be on the pitch, who shouldn't even be playing again. But this is it. The manager got it horribly wrong, and we lost the game in the first half due to absolutely horrendous defending and that.
But when we're talking about us, yourselves, and Southampton.
Yeah.
What was the main thing that we all shared last season? We lost. We lost games. We didn't win games. Game. I don't think you can just suddenly turn that on like a switch.
No,
exactly. Yeah, you need the confidence, don't you? That only goes from going on a winning spree of sort of 3 or 4 games in a row. If you're pegged back quite regularly, like we seem to be, you've lost 2 in a row. We lost on last night, and obviously drew to Portsmouth. Like, you're not getting confidence from that, are you? Really, as a team? It's only like you look at Sheffield United now. They've won 2 in a row. Like, they're going to be full of confidence, and they're going to be shooting up the league. Coventry, like, they're going to have such an iron will because they're winning. They've won 5 games in a row, if not more than that. Like, yeah, you have to relearn to win games when you get battered every week, like we did last year. But I don't know. I think Leicester fans in particular, I think we're very reactionary, and we need to take a step back and realise that, look, last season we were awful. It's going to be we're all on about this like redevelopment, this sort of revive of the squad, get rid of certain players, but that takes time. So we're going to have to accept that we're going to be shit for a while. But it's just, I think for me, last night it's the performance of the players that gets me really frustrated. You see, like they just don't want to. It's almost like they went, oh, we don't need to worry about it. We beat them 2 years ago. This is quite easy. And like, as you said, Charlton, you'd expect to be beating them because you've got such better players. And yet it's almost like they turned up and went, well, we're not going to get pushed around. We've got a system. We're going to play to it. And we'll underestimate us at your peril, basically. And we did against Hull. You did against Charlton. Southampton keep underestimating everybody by the sounds of it. So, it's just not good. But at least there's one positive, Rich. Norwich lost 4 games in a row. So,
They say that Manning's the man. He's going to keep his job, Jack, for now. So they got Swansea. Are they Swansea away at the weekend, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
In the bottom 3 now. I mean, well, we're not quite that bad at the minute, but we just need to. We need to dig out a win from somewhere. We can't keep a clean sheet. We've kept 1 clean sheet in 10 games. Last season, we were shipping goals for fun. And I think McKenna's under pressure, guys. I'm not saying by any stretch of the imagination he should lose his job, because that's just ridiculous. But when you've won, and I know a lot of people won't, they'll say, yeah, but last season was a free hit. And it was to a certain extent. But when you've won 7 games, Jack, in 48, I mean, there's not many clubs that you would still have your job.
I was going to ask you, Rich, if that is the case.
I'm glad that we have, because I don't want to become a club that just sacks managers when you have a bad spell, because I think that's that you just get into that cycle. Like Norwich at the minute, they had David Wagner, then they had the Thorpe. Now they've got Manning. Sooner or later, you have to say, right, we're going to stick with this guy. And McKenna, has he got credit in the bank from his 2 years when we got back-to-back promotion? He has, but that's running out, and that can only last. That can only last for so long because that's football, and we know how football works. And you've only just got to look at yourselves, guys. When you won the Premier League, you know, look what happened there in Ranieri. You know, that's just
getting sacked because football.
So, and it's at the end of the day, it'll be players who get the manager sacked. Whatever manager gets sacked. Look at Nottingham Forest. They've got some really good players, but they didn't perform for Ange, and he went. And this is where we've got a load of talented individuals. You can't say that Philogene and Jack Clark and Greaves and O'Shea, they're good players in the Championship, but they ain't performing anywhere near to their standard that they should be. But McKenna, look, he needs some results. If we were sitting where we are now, I think we're 14th, Jack in the table at the minute. If we were sitting there at Christmas time, I think then you might have to have that conversation. But I'm hoping we've got a lot of games between now and then, you know, and we just need to find some form. You need a win Saturday, even if we don't play well against West Brom. You've got to come out that ground somehow, digging a win out. But can we dig it out? It's all right when we're playing well and everything's going well on the pitch. When we're up against it, you know, can we dig in? We've got because we had American owners, Steve, we used a slogan, running towards adversity. That's what they used, obviously, and then back-to-back promotions. At the minute, they're running the other way. They ain't running towards adversity. They're running away from it. And they've got to sooner or later, get some results because fans expect a little bit more, you know. And I think we're still second favourites to winning the title. And I just think that's just bizarre at the minute because we're miles off it.
I agree. I very much what it is, Rich, is Leicester don't like teams who get in their faces. Neither do Ipswich.
No.
And Southampton are the same. They're like, well, we've got better players than you. You know, we like it comfortable. And as soon as teams start showing up against you and shoving you about and that, they don't like it. They go into meltdown. And then they go in hide and seek. Then the performance of the game, it's shot. Then you see them like walking around the pitch, strolling around the pitch then thinking, what do I do? I'm not used to this situation. But they've got to be rich. They've got to be strong-minded and the mentality's got to change.
So just in regards to the Championship, so obviously a couple of years ago, you know, Ipswich and Leicester, the first sort of 15, 16 games, we blew the Championship away. You know, we a significant amount of points. And it's almost like the Championship teams couldn't deal with us because, you know, McKenna coming up from League One, they're an unknown entity. Enzo at Leicester, unknown entity. How are you going to play? And it almost seems like we've got relegated and the Championship have taken a step up in regards to how they're playing. Like they're pressing better. Like these players in the Championship, the squads that they've got, like a fair amount of these players could make the step up into the Premier League. And I think the quality has gone up significantly compared to where we were 2 years ago. And yet, so we thought, oh, we're ahead. Look at our squad; they're better than everybody else, and that probably is the case. But actually, if you boil it down to the, you know, they've all stepped up. So I think our quality isn't as big as it was 2 years ago in this sense, you know. And it's a very difficult league, and it's very stressful every week going to watch football. Let me tell you,
it's true what Michael says though here and he's a Wrexham fan. He said the possession wins are pointless. You know, you don't win games in possession. You don't win 59-0 to 40-60 in football unless you're playing rugby.
It's like the other night, Jack. It's like the other night. If you look at them stats, we had 30 shots on goal, but only I think 4 or 5 on target, and we had 16. We had 16 corners, but that doesn't mean anything.
Shows that you're not good enough in the final third.
No, we don't work goalkeepers enough. We have a lot of the ball.
It shows that you're not taking enough risks, Rich, in front of goal. You're just passing it about a lot more and then just shooting when you feel like.
I think sometimes in modern football, these teams want to score the perfect goal, don't you? You see them play it out from the back and they want to play through the thirds. And you think sometimes you get 20, 25 yards from goal. If it opens up, have a shot. But no, we just want to have another pass. So there he is, Nigel, the Norwich fan. Hope you're all right, Nigel.
But in that sense, like Kaminsky had a great game for Charlton, didn't he? You know, you had 5 big chances, but according to stats, so, you know, so realistically, you should be putting some of those away.
It's one of them games, Steve. Though, if it's easy to say we lost 3-0 and people think I'm mad, but it's one of them games. If we score the first goal, we will probably win that game 3 or 4-0. And we've had chances. Akpom hits the bar. He misses a golden chance, Jack, at the start of the second half. I mean, Jack Clark puts it on his head from about 6 yards. All he has to do is hit the target. He misses it. Then we give a poor goal. Have you seen the goals, Jack?
I have.
I mean, the first goal. The
second one's a free header.
Yeah, but the first goal, O'Shea heads it to the Charlton player on halfway, and then he literally runs away from him. He runs the ball from the halfway line, the Charlton lad. Our defence are backing off. Instead of making a challenge, he gets in the box. He has a shot, and it's in the net. And you're thinking, that's just basic. But that's basic defending, isn't it? That's basic defending. Yeah. Make a challenge, hit him early. You're running away from him. What are you doing?
But no, I think the Championship has been tough. I expected it at the start of the season that it would be tough. But do you know what? Me and my mate agreed that it's tight. It's different this year. It is a breath of fresh air seeing teams do what they're doing. You know, your Millwalls, your Middlesbrough. It's true because you look at last season, Burnley, Leeds, Sunderland were running away with, weren't they? Sheffield United as well. But then you see other teams were so far behind. This year, it's quite close.
Yeah, but there's only 11 games in. You know, we've still got 35 games left to play.
Yeah.
You know, it will even itself out at some point, and there will be a divide between, I would say, sort of 10th place downwards at some point. But realistically speaking, you know, we should be doing better than we are, and that's the frustration bit. You know, we haven't spent any money, but you know, Ipswich and Southampton have spent a lot of money. You know, Coventry, did they even spend any money in the summer? I'm not sure if they did.
They didn't make many signings. They signed Luke Wolfenham. They signed Wolfenham from us for about 4 million, which was a decent signing. But striker-wise, I mean, I think they've got the three top scorers, Steve.
Yeah, exactly. But that goes to prove that if you bring a manager in and you back him, you give him time, and the players want to play for him, then they'll run through brick walls. Whereas I don't know if that is the case with Marty at the moment. It's not the case at Wolves still at Southampton, is it? And I wonder with Ipswich, is it a case of, like, you know, McKenna's been there for 3 or 4 years. Is it 3 years he's been there, 4 years? I wonder if it's the case that the players are a bit like, okay, well, you know, he's done all this good for us, but maybe they're bored of it. Maybe they need a change to.
I would. The word I'd use, Steve, is a little bit stale at the minute. And I was listening to the radio going home on Tuesday night, and Mick Mills was on there, and he's like, obviously we've got squads of 25 now in this league, and it's as if McKenna at the minute, he's trying to keep everybody happy. You know, instead of picking an 11, like Mick Mills said, if you're on the subs bench, you should be unhappy that you're not playing, and then you should work to get into the team. But at the minute, those players know because there's so many games, and McKenna rotates it. Them players are comfortable knowing, but I'll play in a couple of games time. I ain't really got, you know, and that to me is a little bit. Pick your first 11. Yeah, you get injury suspension. I know that, and stick to it. Yeah, you know, at the minute, there's this. Everyone said that we've got a championship super squad and all this. Well, it's not. But we haven't at the minute because it's not ringing true. It's not.
I know it is regarding the mentality and the results, but if you look at your squad on paper, it's the best in the league.
But on paper, don't you get you promoted, Jack? Working hard.
That's why I was saying to Locks yesterday
when things go against you, you've got to have that mental strength. And
of course you have.
The one player that we should have kept hold of, I think it's I've said it at the time when he went, was Sam Morsey, the captain. I know he was getting older, but he was a proper leader, and he wouldn't stand for what happened the other night there. That wouldn't have happened, you know. And it says to me,
you can say the same about Leicester with Vardy as well. You know, that leader in the dressing room that takes people up. And I think you're right. I think both clubs are missing that pivotal leader on the pitch. That's may not play every week, but off the pitch will say that's not good enough. What are you doing?
You need to play. You need people digging out sometimes, Steve. This is football. It's all too nice for me at the minute. It's all too nice. It's all too silent. McKenna, I know they're polar opposites the other night, Jack. Nathan Jones. Absolute lunatic. Where I sit is near the away dugout. He's got two plasters on his fingers because he's biting them. He's snotting out of his nose. He's effing and blinding. He's drinking a can of Red Bull. And there's McKenna standing there. if you entered that ground, you wouldn't know if we're winning 3-0 or we're losing 3-0 because he's got that calm demeanour. And now I see people moaning, Steve, our fans, saying he's not showing passion. Well, he doesn't anyway because that's his character. You weren't moaning about that when we had back-to-back promotions. It's when things go wrong. Look, you know what fans are like because we all do it. We're all guilty of. We are. We're all guilty of 1 minute they're the best thing since last week. I hope McKenna personally turns it round. You know, I think he deserves that chance at least till Christmas. And if it ain't going right, then you might have to make that change. But at the minute, we're not a million miles away. You know, win 2 or 3 games, and you'll soon rise up that league, and you'll probably be in the top 6.
Yeah. No, I agree. Let's have a look at week 11 then, quickly. Sheffield United 3-1 winners at Blackburn. Blackburn took the lead in that one. Sheffield United, they've started to pick up now, haven't they, lads?
They're on a roll. They're my tip for the playoffs.
They are on a roll now. They seem to be doing quite well. They are off the bottom. Derby beating Norwich 1-0. Norwich 4 straight defeats on the bounce. Liam Manning's on fine water at Norwich now, and surely it's got to be a time where he's sacking the option.
Do you mean thin ice?
What did he say?
Fine water.
I've never heard that said in my life.
No, I've never heard that. I was like, it's thin ice, surely.
Norfolk they're a bit weird out that way, so I'll let you get away with that.
All right, we'll call it thin ice. Right, he's on thin ice.
Fine water.
He's treading carefully, should we call it?
Did you see Shane Duffy was digging out one of their fans on the socials? He's had to apologise. He didn't play. He got arguing.
What do you expect with it though, Rich? If these players ain't performing, and Sargent's gone completely missing at this point, he hasn't scored for bloody weeks. And these Norwich fans have had enough of the board. They've had enough of the manager. They've had enough of the players and the performances to keep putting in week out. And they're sitting in the relegation zone. What more do the players want the fans to say? Surely you expect criticism and take it and make it better.
He wasn't even playing though, Shane Duffy, to be honest. So he's been hauled over the coals by Manning, so that's not gone down well. Yeah, I agree with you. It's not a happy camp, is it, Norwich? And I mean, how long do they hold on to Manning? It's all right saying, he's our guy at the minute, but you just can't keep losing. You cannot keep losing.
That's the thing. Sargent too busy deciding where to move in January. Yeah, since
there's
have come about.
There's a team in blue and white. Josh Sargent, if you fancy it, we'll have you.
Well, what you're going to take him now when he's not scored in 7 games? He's been awful the last 7 games.
Well, hang on, we got George Hurst, Steve, playing for us.
Well, that's his bread and butter,
though. Don't talk to me about that. Let's not go there. That's another glaring error in the summer that we didn't replace the lad.
That's another one who can't score goals. George Hurst. Hull 2, Leicester 1. Poor night for the Foxes. First half finished us off, I think. We did get one back with Aaron Ramsey, but we didn't really. We were just chasing the game and decided to turn up when we were 2-0 down. Fabulous. Ipswich 3-0 defeat to Charlton. Charlton doing a job on you lot. Millwall 2-0 against Stoke. Do you know what I find, Rich? And I said this to a Millwall fan today, is when Coventry have beat Millwall and they beat QPR, they seem to have won every game after that point up until a certain point. And Millwall have done the same thing since getting battered against Coventry. They've won their last 3 games.
Jack, would you have taken losing to Coventry then to get our season up and running?
Not a chance in hell of mine.
Me neither.
Yeah, Millwall have won their last 3 now, and they're not conceding goals.
Will it be 4 on the weekend, though, boys?
Alex nailed those. He seems to know.
Are you backing against your own team, Steve, at the weekend? I'm
not saying anything. We'll wait and see.
But like I said, I know they've won 3 on the bounce, but that's a really interesting game. Is that at lunchtime or is it at 3 o'clock on Saturday?
No, thankfully it's a 3 o'clock kickoff.
Yeah, we're
getting down to London at fucking midday is a nightmare.
Yeah, we're 12:30. But look, if you're not conceding goals, Jack, you know, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that you'll do well. Whereas we can't stop conceding goals. So until we do that, you know, we ain't getting anywhere. So we need to pull our finger out. But Milwall, I said before, they're always knocking on that door.
Dark horses for the playoffs, aren't they? I think this season. I think they'll finally make it.
You never know, top two. It's not beyond the realms of possibilities. While we are floundering,
you got to take advantage.
Yeah, just get them points early.
Talking about a side who is taking advantage in the league. The league leaders, Coventry, 2-1 winners. Thomas Asante with 2 goals for Cov. Like Steve said, their front three are banging in the goals and are the top scorers in the league for a reason. Frank Lampard's got them playing some good stuff. And they rightfully sit top. And they've scored 31 goals this season, I believe, Steve, so far in the league. The goal difference says it all. Coventry have had a great start.
Yeah, I'll hold my hands up and say that they've been outstanding so far this season, and it's you can't say anything against that because they have been. They've been clinical. I know that their XG, they are fighting severely above their XG, but at the end of the day, they're still scoring and they're still winning games. To be sort of 5 points clear of third place already. You look at the 7 points clear of Stoke and Hull. I can't see them slowing down up until Christmas. They've got so many winnable games coming up. And they just seem to pick up results every week. 5 wins in a row is, fair play. Well done, Coventry. And I'm glad that your mate, is it Lee, the guy that's younger than me, that looks older than me? I'm glad he's not on here and talking to me because I'd have to leave.
Thanks.
I'm interested.
You know what? I said it to him the other day. I said, you're doing well from a rival fan. He said, I'd say the same about Leicester if you lot were doing the same thing. But I said, Lee, mate, we're far from talking about that, mate. But no, they are sort of running away with it at the minute. They don't look like they're stopping anytime soon. It'll just feel like teams like Watford will go to the CBS and think, we want to be the first ones to beat Coventry this season, and really do it on them and have that sort of little trophy moment to say we were the ones that beat the team unbeaten, because they're the only team unbeaten in England, aren't they, boys?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
If you look at the top scorers, you've got Thomas Asante and Hadji Wright on 8, and then you've got obviously McBurney's on 6 with Victor Torp. Thomas Asante, boys, last season he was a bit of a bit part player for them, wasn't he? He weren't really
massive turnaround,
and that shows to me that a manager comes in and he gives somebody confidence.
Yeah.
And literally look at him going. He got 2 goals the other night, and it just flows, doesn't it? Football is a confidence game, and when you're playing well and you're winning every week, it's easy, isn't it? It comes naturally. Like you said, Steve, that season when us and you went up a couple of seasons ago from the Championship, you knew every week you go to that game, you knew what to expect from your players. Yeah. Where at the minute we don't know what to expect. So it might be good, it might be bad. But it's a confidence game, Jack. Football's a lot about, it's about confidence, it's about momentum. And I agree with you, Steve. I don't see Coventry anytime soon slowing down. I know you get some bizarre results in the Championship, but I think at the minute they're just going to keep continuing on their merry way.
That's the thing. It's confidence is a big thing, and when you got together just in the squad and got the manager who's doing what he's doing, and you're happy enough to play for him and go through brick walls with him, that's Coventry City.
There's one thing we don't need them going unbeaten during the season. They need to lose. I can't deal with that. I can deal with them getting promoted to win the league. It's depressing, but I'll deal. It is what it is. But if they go unbeaten this season, I can't follow football. I just can't. I can't do it.
Wow. Hull City doing well, aren't the boys? Yeah, a lot of people in the media and that had Hull to relegation candidates and that this season. How big of a turnaround is Jikerovic done at Hull?
Don't want to talk about it.
Like we say, if you've got someone who scores goals, and like McBurney's got 6, Jack.
Yeah.
If you've got a goal scorer, you've got half a chance. And they've scored. Well, they've scored 19 and they've conceded 19, so they're pretty entertaining to watch, aren't they?
Yeah.
But a long way to go. Long way to go at the minute. There is a long way to go, and these teams, they're not a million miles away. When you look at Sheffield United in 21st are on 9, and then 6th place in the Championship is on 18, Steve. That's 9 points. You can soon make that up.
Yeah. I agree. Let's have a look at the last two results from Tuesday night. Birmingham 1-0. I mean, should that go good? Should Preston have had it? Should Preston have had a penalty?
Have you seen the TikTok that Preston?
They ain't happy. That's handball.
That's
their
handball.
Official.
Oh, it's handball every day of the week.
And it's a penalty.
Oh, it's a penalty. He's
locked
his arm.
They've got away with it.
And the other one, the guy's got smashed with an elbow.
You need that look in football, and that's what Birmingham, I felt, got on Tuesday night. Preston are going to feel hard done by, I think it's 2 games in a row now where they should have had penalties against West Brom and Birmingham. They feel well hard done by the EFL referees. Birmingham, though, they had to get a win from somewhere after the poor run of form that they have picked up as of late. But then, talking about poor run of form, Southampton led the game through Adam Armstrong. Bristol City, Scott Twine. I tell you what, he's really picked up Bristol City. But is it Struber? Is it the manager?
Yeah, Gerard
He's
Struber.
a fantastic start so far as Bristol City manager.
He's taken on the Manning role last season and sort of done really well with it, hasn't he? Because a lot of people thought they would fall off, but they've been fantastic. And then Southampton. I mean, there was chance in the away end of sacked in the morning. So I don't think Will Still is long for this world.
He's not good enough. He's simply not good enough. It's all right what you've done in France and that, we get it. But when you get a job via Football Manager, and it's like, mate, an interactive game is different to a real life football game.
How dare you?
Nobody is. Like, Football Manager is an interactive game where you go and enjoy it and do what you're doing. Yeah, it's different to real life stuff. I'm sorry.
I could run a football club. My assistant
you guys turn into the next Will Still then, and we'll see how easy it is. Won't we, Rich? We'll be watching from the stands from afar. Give these little pointers.
I don't do any press conferences. That's all the assistant manager, training assistant manager, all of that sort of stuff.
No.
What do you do? Just rock up on a match day?
I make the signings and I just turn up on the match day.
Not good enough, is it? Not good enough.
Easy job.
You need to be hands-on, don't you, Rich, in this day and age?
Who've they got the weekend, Southampton?
Blackburn away.
Ooh,
yes. Relegation 6-pointer.
There's 3 points there for the taking for them, isn't there? Really, when you look at it.
As long as it doesn't rain, because there is a storm at the weekend.
Storm Benjamin today, isn't it?
Yeah.
Stephen Gerrard, Ipswich.
Who said this? Hang on. Tammy, I'll have a word with you later. Stevie G.
Right.
Oh, no. Please, no. Please, no. Hey, quickly, are we going to get on to Sheffield Wednesday in a minute? Because we want to give a shout out to their fans for not attending last night. We need to come on to that in a minute.
Right. And also, just with the Sheffield Wednesday, how was that not a penalty? That lovely tackle.
That's a penalty all day. Middlesbrough should be 2-0. They should be 2-0 winning that game quite comfortably.
Did you have 2-0, Jack? Did you have 2-0? Did you have 2-0, Barrett?
No, I did have 2-0 for Bury.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
It's a penalty all day long. I'm not sure how the referees missed that.
It's not just Rob Middlesbrough, mate. It's robbed me the bloody point. The PFL refs, I'll be making a formal complaint in the morning.
How did they miss that?
I don't know. I think maybe they thought the keeper got a touch of the ball, but he was going to kick the ball up the pitch. And he just missed it and the ball was behind him. Yeah.
He kicked the player. Yeah. Conway's knocked it that way past him.
And the refereeing in this league is atrocious considering they're professional full-time employees. It's awful. But yeah.
I think what you
got there? What you got there, Jack? What you got?
I got a frappe.
I'll tell you what, is that like a paper straw?
Yeah, it's fucking horrible.
Bring back plastic straws.
Yeah, fuck the turtles.
Because look, you've got a plastic lid on there.
That's what I'm saying.
They've given you a cardboard straw. I'm not having that.
It's stucking through paper, mate. It bloody gets wet quite quickly, and then it shrivels up, and then you're struggling to really get it out. Then
what's he talking about?
The straw in the drink. What do you think?
Yeah, straw in the drink. Yeah.
Okay.
Like that, Rich, mate, on here. Sorry.
I struggled to get it out, apparently.
QPR 1-0 winners at Swansea. I mean, that red card's laughable, to be fair. Steve Cook goes down like a sack of potatoes with that one. Watford, 2-1 winners. Good win for Javier Gracia. Wrexham, 1-0 winners against Oxford. A few little 1-0s, but Jack,
No
Jack
draws this week.
I do, mate.
Not a single draw.
Utter woke nonsense. Yeah, not a single draw.
I think the last round of Tuesday night game, Steve, was there about 6 or 7 draws, wasn't there?
There was 8 or 9 combined.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right then, let's get into the predictions. Week 12. We've done 40 minutes of talking, blah, 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 blah.
Blah, 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 blah.
And
some people won't be happy with that, Jack. Some people won't be happy with that. They can tune in at 40 minutes if they just wanted it.
It'd be half time in 5 minutes. You can have to wait for us to come back. No, Preston versus Sheffield United. Ooh. First game of the weekend. Right. Preston sit 11th, Sheffield United are 21st. Sheffield United haven't lost to Preston in their last 9 meetings, by the way. 6 wins, 3 draws. Who have you got winning this one? Because Preston's home run has now come to an end due to Birmingham. But can they pick it up against the Blades? Or will the Blades blade straight through Preston at deep down and inducement Leicester and Ipswich couldn't do and actually win there? What do you reckon, Steve?
I've gone for a 2-1 Sheffield United win. I think that they've got momentum now and they seem to be picking up points again. You know, everyone seems to be a bit happier. Preston, they lost the other night, but I just think that Sheffield United, with a bit of confidence, they've got such a good squad. So I can't see anything other than a 2-1 win for Sheffield United. Rich,
what you got, mate?
Well, I'm going to copy Steve's homework, unfortunately. Look, ex-Sheffield United manager, Peckinbottom, obviously he's in charge at Preston. I think, Preston are going to drop off. I think they've had a really good start, but I see them probably slipping into mid-table. Sheffield United, like I said earlier, they are my tip for the playoffs. I think you could easily get momentum in this league. I think there's not a lot between the teams, and I think they're quite capable of going on a run of winning 4 or 5 games on the trot. They won 2 on the trot, and I think it'll be 3 on the bounce for Chris Wilder. It'll be a good start to the weekend for them. I'll go 2-1 to the Blades.
Yeah, I think the form's come at the right time. I'm going with you to here. 2-1, Sheffield United.
Outrageous.
Don't say anything to Rich, do you? But as soon as I say something, it's, you're copying, you are. When you criticise one, you got to criticise the
How many's Jack behind? Is he on 9?
He's 6 behind you and
he needs,
4 behind me.
He needs to stop copying him, really, doesn't he? If he needs to get anywhere.
Be a bit more, out there.
Be bold.
Yeah. Well, all right then.
Stop walking off in water.
This one, I'm going to go. Coventry versus Watford. Let's have a look at a couple of stats in this one then. The Sky Blues have scored 16 goals in the last 5 games. They've kept the most clean sheets in the league. Brandon Thomas Asante has scored 8 goals. Watford haven't kept a clean sheet in 12, and I don't think they're keeping one in this one. 2-0 Coventry.
Bollocks.
He's copied me.
He's copied me.
Oh, there you go. That's an easy one done.
There you go. We can just move on to the next game, can't we? 2-0.
Yeah, 2-0.
Will you two start picking up?
2-0.
3-2. Yeah, I agree with Rich. Lol. It's not a bloody comedy show, this end. We're supposed to be serious when we're doing these, but these pair can't take it serious and accuse people of copying. So it is what it is, I'm afraid. And hopefully we ain't got the same results for this one. Ipswich versus West Brom. I tell you, I'm going to go with Rich for this one. Rich, let's have a look at a couple of stats in. Ipswich, they sit 14th. West Brom sit 10th. Mikey Johnston is doing quite well for West Brom this season. Ipswich, they've conceded the most penalties this season, and they've scored 7 in the last 5. Will there be a response from your boys in this one?
I've got no idea. I've got no idea what team will turn up on Saturday lunchtime. I think we're on the telly. I think it's 12:30. So
I'm gone.
That means the crowd will be dead. You know, them early kickoffs. They don't think they help the atmosphere. I'm not confident, Jack. I will be honest with you. I'm going to go for I'll go for a 1-1 draw.
Steve?
I've gone for a 2-2 draw. I think you both score, you both concede, and they're a good side. We found that out to our, we only just managed to get a draw with them ourselves. And you're searching for form, so 2-2 draw.
I'll back Ipswich 2-1.
Bloody hell!
What's the light target tonight, boys? What do you reckon? What should we put the light target?
Well, we had. I think the show that we done on was it Sunday?
1.5k views.
I think that's probably the most views we've had this season, isn't it?
Yeah, we had the good and the good, bad, and the ugly comments.
Well, there you go. You can't keep everybody happy, Jack. I'm afraid.
That's it. But what do you reckon the light target is for this one, Rich? You went for 63.
Steve can set it.
Let's go 64. 63 last time. 64 today.
64, lovely. Subscribe to the channel. Suffolk Crunch, the final whistle. Everyone, remember to take the light target. There's 38 if you're watching now. There's been quite a few in tonight, which is fantastic. Let's go to Fratton Park. Portsmouth versus Stoke. Both lost in midweek. Who will get the win in this one, or will they share the spoils, Steve? Portsmouth and Stoke have not drawn any of their last 3 matches, by the way. Sorba Thomas is on a good run for Stoke. Stoke sits 6th going into Portsmouth, and Pompey sits 17th. Who do you reckon gets the best of it in this one?
I've gone for a 2-1 Stoke win. I think they'll want a reaction after the defeat in midweek against Milwall, where looking at the stats, they weren't great. And Portsmouth, look, they didn't really show anything in the first half against us. Good second half. Yeah. A defeat to Coventry. Everyone losing to Coventry at the moment. So, 2-1 Stoke win.
I think you're being nice here, Nigel.
He called us pundits. We
definitely, apart from that, we ain't got good ball knowledge. I'm telling you, that's why that's why I'm at the bottom of the table with the predictions. Go on, Rich. What we got, mate?
I'm going to go different than Steve because I don't want to copy him. I want to be out there a little bit. I'm going to go for a 2-1 home win. Pompey, they're decent. Look, I know they lost the other night, but I've never really expected. That was annoying because I had 2-0 Coventry the other night and they scored in the 94th minute, Portsmouth. That's really annoying when something like that happens. I
had Portsmouth to lose 2-0 in Coventry.
I hate that. What did you have, Steve? Did you have 2-0 Coventry?
No, I had 3-1 Coventry. I thought they'd score a bit more.
But that's annoying when that happens. I'm going to go for a home win. I think Colby Bishop might net, and I think they need to win Portsmouth because they're 17th, aren't they? And they need to just get that gap a little bit, sort of more away from them teams, sort of down the bottom like your Norwiches. Oh, it's lovely saying that. Teams down the bottom, Norwich. Oh.
Right. I've got 2-1 Stoke.
Outrageous, Jack. Outrageous.
Better than Sky Sports analysis.
Well, Jack, you go first for this one then.
The truth about our teams. Go on. What did you say?
You go first for this next one, so we're not.
Well, actually, right. Blackburn, Southampton, 2 of the worst teams in the league at this point. Blackburn ain't won a game at all in the last 5. Southampton have only won 1 in the last 5. 18th, Southampton go to 23rd place. Blackburn. Both of these sides really, really struggling. I tell you what, it could be even more pressure if Will still loses this one. Because Blackburn haven't won a home game, have they, Rich, this season?
Well, they were leading on 79 minutes and 30 seconds against us. Unlucky, lads.
I've got Blackburn 1, Southampton 1.
Oh, that's not a great result for Will still there.
I've got a draw. What you got, Steve?
I've gone for a 2-1 Southampton win. I think they'll pick up some form in this game. And look, with the Storm coming in at the moment, with Storm Benjamin, there could be some breaking news after the game with a manager leaving the job. So, like Breaking Benjamin, the band. Sorry, 2-1.
Rich, what you got?
Blackburn 1, Southampton 2.
Oh,
I think it's must win for Will still. I mean,
it is for both.
Yeah, but then I think we thought that when we went there and it was rained off. We didn't perform.
Yeah, he's not gone.
Yeah, I think they're both under pressure. I think Ishmael, he's obviously at Blackburn. You know, they're in the bottom three now. I think they might stay there, Jack. I think they're really going to struggle. Yeah. Obviously, Sheffield Wednesday, they've got bottom place sealed up, haven't they? But I think Blackburn are they're just not winning. You have to win at least your home games.
I'll be honest, though. Bloody Blackburn do probably go and get the win in this one, to be fair, because they've got Leicester next. When teams come to the King Power Stadium with these type of results and they're not winning games, it ain't looking pretty for us. We seem like a gift at Christmas, don't we, Steve, with these type of sides?
I don't want to talk about it, Jack. I don't want to think about the future and how depressing it'll be when we lose on Saturday and then we lose against Blackburn. So we'll try and be positive.
All right, yeah. The show must go on. Right, the show must go on because we're going to Ashton Gate. Bristol City versus Birmingham City. The battle of the cities at Ashton Gate. Oh, Jesus. 4th place Bristol City versus 13th place Birmingham. Both sides won in midweek, but I reckon Bristol City picked Birmingham in this one. 1-0.
Fucking hell.
1-0 Bristol City.
Yeah, I've got 1-0 Bristol City as well.
2-1 Bristol City.
2-1.
See, Jack, see what happens. See, Rich sees what we go for and thinks, I'm going to change it. Yeah,
but I've already got one wrote down, so I'm not going to change it.
I've got nothing wrote down. It's just coming out what I think.
Well, sometimes it works like that, Rich.
Well, it must be working, Jack, because I'm top of the table, mate, and you are dead last at the minute, mate.
There we are, mate.
You'll pick your game up.
I'm a bit dead rubber at the minute.
Long way to go.
Right, Derby QPR. QPR sitting 8th. Derby sitting 19th. Derby picked for a good win and a must-needed win over Norwich in the week. QPR picked for a good win as well, 1-0 over Swansea. Derby and QPR have not drawn any of their last 7, by the way. And the last visit to Derby for Queen's Park Rangers was a 2-0 defeat for the Rangers. How do you think this one goes, Steve, at Pride Park?
I think it's going to be a 2-1 win for QPR. They are, so I'm going to cough. Excuse me. Look, QPR are a good side. They're up there for a reason. Kone is still banging them in for them. And I just think Derby, I just don't have the quality, in this championship. I actually think they will go down this season. So 2-1 win.
Ooh.
And
I've replaced Hull because I had Hull to go down, and I don't think that's going to be the case now.
Sting, you're a Birmingham fan, aren't you, mate? I think you joined me for one of the watch-alongs I did. Birmingham Ipswich, I think it was. First game of the championship season. Big up. I'm going Derby 0, QPR 2. Rich, what you got, mate?
That was a big win, I think, for Derby on Tuesday night, wasn't it? First win of the season at home. Obviously, against a team that's down there. QPR, they're decent, That's a good reaction from losing at home to Millwall. Swansea away, not the easiest place to go, and they dug out a 1-0 win. And I think they'll win this one. I'm going to go for a 2-1 QPR win. Sorry, Steve.
It's fine. You've got to keep me close. I get it.
There we go. Right. The next one, Hull City versus Charlton. 7th place Hull take on 5th place Charlton. Hull are ranked 3rd in the best home form this season. Charlton, though, 3-0 winners in midweek against Ipswich. They're really taking the championship by storm at the minute. They've won 3 of their last 5 games going into Hull, and Hull have won their last 3 out of 5. Hull are on a run of 3 straight games. 2 big results for both sides in midweek, beating 2 of the parachute payment sides. So I think this one will be Hull City 1, Charlton Athletic 1. Steve?
I think Hull will come out winners 3-1 in this game. Look, they're unbeaten in 4, 3 games on the bounce for winning. they do concede goals, 19 goals scored, 19 goals against. And Charlton are, they are decent, as we all know. But yeah, I can see Hull pipping them.
Rich?
Interesting game. I mean, I feel a little bit sorry for Charlton, another away game. Obviously, having to come to ours in the week and then obviously all the way to Hull on a weekend. But, I mean, Nathan Jones, he's a good manager. He might be one of them characters who he's a bit Marmite, but I think and he done really well at Luton. He obviously, he didn't do great at Stoke when he went there, but I think there's a lot of managers who sort of went to there and they didn't do a decent job. Obviously, he went to the Premier League with Southampton, which is probably a little bit too high a level. I don't think he's quite at that level yet, but I think he's one of these managers. He probably suits the club. When he was at Luton, they were like a smaller club. And I think Charlton, they're a bigger club than Luton, but I think he sort of fits in there. Hull are doing well. I think they might just edge it at home advantage here, and I'll go for a 2-1 win. But I think it'll be a tight game. Could be a late goal there for Hull to win it.
Have you seen that Plymouth have got 6 away games in 7 games?
Have they?
Yeah, they play Exeter, Mansfield, Wickham, Huddersfield, and Bristol Rovers on the road, one after each other. Then they're at home against Bradford and then away against Port Vale. Imagine being a Plymouth fan having to travel to 5 away games in a row. I'm so glad that I support Leicester.
That's brutal.
We're bang in the middle, aren't we? We're not like that. But then here we are, Middlesbrough versus Wrexham. Middlesbrough, fantastic season so far under Rob Edwards. They sit second in the table. Wrexham sit 50th. Borough have won 7 of their opening 11. And they're ranked at home this season first. So their home record is fantastic going into this. I've got Borough winning 2-0 against Wrexham. Rich?
I think home advantage here. I'd expect that to continue. Good win for Wrexham the other night. I know it was only the odd goal. Who was the lad who got sent off? He'll be suspended. Yeah, he's one of their best players. He's a good player, he is. So they'll obviously miss him. And I think, look, Borough, I'll see him first stand last Friday. I think at home, they're good at home. Hackney's their main man. Morgan Whittaker's got a couple of goals now. So he's off and running. I like Tommy Conway, Jack, for them. I think he's good. Obviously, they signed him from Bristol City. I think Wrexham, I think they're more of a home team. I see them. I think, obviously, they've got a big derby, I think, in the week in the Carabao Cup. I think they play Cardiff. Yeah. So, obviously, for their fans, they'll be looking at that one. But this is a big game for them. But I think Wrexham will score, but I'll go 3-1. 3-1 home win.
Lovely stuff. What on earth have Plymouth Argyle done to the EFL? Goodness me, I feel sorry for their fans. Borough to win 1-0. Nathan Broadhead to score 1-0. Did he miss the sitter against Stoke?
He missed the sitter against Stoke, open goal, and he scored the winner in the week against Oxford.
Oh my God. Unbelievable. Right, where are we going next? We're going to the dead.
Oh, well, hang on. Are we forgetting what you want to put down as a result and what I want, Jack? Is that what we're doing now?
Oh, Middlesbrough. I said 2-0.
Okay. Are you going to ask me, Jack, or am I not allowed to give predictions anymore? Is that it? Yeah. Is the only way of catching up is to make sure I don't give any predictions? Is that it, Jack? Wow, outrageous.
Unbelievable.
That's it. You
are definitely on thin water.
Yeah. He's treading thin water. If you couldn't tell by my face, I have also gone for a 3-1 Middlesbrough win.
Oh, right. Can we go to the den? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Millwall, Leicester. Millwall have won their last 3 games on the bounce. Leicester have just come off a bloody embarrassing defeat in the week, should we call it, with performances from individuals and that. Leicester's last win at the Den in the Championship was 2014 in January the 1st. Anthony Knockout scored in that one in a 3-1 win when players actually took chances and scored goals. And we actually had a striker back then, by the way, of David Nugent, who knew where the goal was. Strikers these days at Leicester, they're like Casper the Ghost up front, Rich. So what do you think for this one, Rich, for Leicester travelling to the Den? How tough is it?
I think this is a real difficult one to predict.
Because
form-wise, you'd say Millwall, but I still think that you guys, surely you're going to show a reaction. If I'm Millwall and I'm Alex Neil, I'm saying for the first 20 minutes, you want to run all over Leicester, get in their faces, don't give them a second, don't let them, don't give them anything. Don't give them anything. But I think you might nick this game by the odd goal. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Leicester win.
2-1. Steve, what you got, mate?
Oh, I got permission this time. I've got my head and heart say two completely different things.
Same for me.
My heart says 1-0 win Leicester, but my head says that we're going to lose 1-0. It could go either ways, but I've put down 1-0 win for Leicester.
I'm going to back Leicester 2-1. I think we need a response after that shit show on Tuesday night from the first half. We can't afford to turn up like that again. I'm hoping Marty actually puts his foot down with these players and gets them playing and picks the right squad this time to go to the Den.
How many changes did you make the other night from the Portsmouth game?
Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Was it 4, Steve? Was it 4?
It was
5. 4 or 5.
Are you
Daka.
Chowdhury, Daka, and
Aaron Ramsey came out, didn't he?
For IU effectively. Yeah. Sorry, 4. We made 4.
Yeah, 4. So, what do you think of Nugent, Rich?
Colin knows what I think of David Nugent because every time he played against us, it didn't matter who he was playing for, he would score. You have them players, don't you? That you always come up against. You think they've scored today. It's a little bit like Morgan Whittaker last Friday. He ain't done nothing for Borough, but he always, when he played against us for Plymouth, he'd always score. Just annoying, and he's got a really funny shaped head. I think I said that last week. When you next see
he
Morgan
runs
Whittaker,
really weird as well.
Look at his head. He's got a really funny shaped head.
He loves you a lot, Rich. Really, mate. Proper loves you like Portman Road. Every time he got to Portman Road, he'd score. I remember every time I've travelled to Portman Road, I always knew he'd score. And he loves to wind your fans up, good and proper.
I remember once when he played, that was when he was at Preston, and it was a Sunday lunchtime game on the telly, and we lost 4-0 at home to Preston. I mean, we're losing 3-0 at home to Charlton. So we lost 3-0, and he scored the first goal, and he literally stood behind the North Stand, just like standing there like this, right in front of the fans, and we're giving him pelters. What's happening here? He's subscribed.
We're not doing that.
He said you've got to give a day to win for Derby.
We are not being bribed by any part of it.
If he heads over to the Suffolk Crunch and he subscribes to me, I might actually change my mind.
We're not taking bribes here on the predictions.
Can I just ask the chat whether or not does anyone in the chat think Jack's wearing a white and gold jumper? Or is it a blue and black one?
Sandy coloured.
Because it looks like the dress that was blue and black and white and gold. So it's making that was.
I brought it today.
I thought that joke would have landed a bit better, to be honest. But it's fine. It's fine.
Daka's not scored for 34 games.
Yeah, 322 days.
Wow, blimey!
320 minutes of football, Rich. For Leicester.
How much you sign him for?
23 million. Yeah, he's not scored 322 days at Leicester. He's 37 games without a goal.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Grey and brown. No, it's cream and
guys. It was a reference to the black and blue or white and gold dress from years ago. It's fine. It's fine. Obviously, my humour is above all of you. It's okay.
You've lost a few. 3-4. 3 Saturday, Rich.
I was going 3-4-3. Oh, blimey. We'll see. We'll see at 11:15. McKenna bingo.
I tell you what.
See what set of balls we're using this weekend. Stick him in the old lottery machine. See what comes out.
I want to see what bloody Marty's got to say for himself on Saturday, and if he sticks with being angry after all that dross on Tuesday. I want to see Page back in the number 10. Christensen paired with Mavididi like in the Prem. That didn't go well, did it?
No.
That's why Christians and the Bavadini ain't playing.
Anyway, Sheffield Wednesday, Oxford.
Yeah, well, early Christmas present. No, it wasn't an early Christmas present. Right, Sheffield Wednesday, Oxford. These two sides, and let me have a look at the stats head of this one. So, Oxford are 20th. Sheffield Wednesday are 24th. Sheffield Wednesday haven't won a game in the last 5. Last time these two sides played each other, Sheffield Wednesday lost 1-0 to Oxford. Sheffield Wednesday haven't beat Oxford in the last 3 games in league competition at Hillsborough. I doubt there'd be any fans in this one like there was last night in the protest against Chanziri. How do you think this one goes, Steve, at Hillsborough?
Yeah, where did that come from? I've gone for a 1-0 Oxford win.
Hang on, put that back up. It's the Suffolk Crunch. Come on, head over there. Get involved.
I was in the process of getting your channel to share it.
Always a big fan of Derby County.
I'll copy the link.
Slander. No Derby County slander in here. We've slagged off Stoke. We've slagged off Hull. I'm not slagging off that. And Blackburn.
It's not football teams that bloody Steve slagged off. It's the places.
Well,
no, it's the teams as well. As well. Come on, Jack. They're all part of the same sort of thing. But if you follow that link I've put in chat, that will take you to the Suffolk Crunch. Go give him a follow.
Cheers. Thank you very much.
Don't be too mean to him. He lost in the week, so you know.
Right.
What did you go for? What did you go for, Steve, for this one?
I've got a 1-0 win for Oxford against Sheffield Wednesday. There'll be no home fans again by the looks of it. So fair play to them, you know, for carrying on the.
Did you see what the official attendance was given, Steve?
Yeah, it's ridiculous, isn't it? Yeah.
So they said it was 21,000 or something. It was 7,083, I think. There was more.
Yeah.
There was obviously more Borough fans than Sheffield Wednesday fans.
Do your bit, Rich.
Good old boy. Well done. Up the Rams. But if you look at them fans that turned up, Steve, and some of them were wearing them black and yellow scarves at Sheffield Wednesday, why would you turn up?
Yeah.
Why would you turn up? If you're against it, and I know it's hard, I know it must be terrible that you can't go and watch it. Well, you can, but you've got to boycott the game. You can't.
Do you think they're all Sheffield Wednesday fans, or do you just think some of them are neutrals?
I think they probably are Sheffield Wednesday fans. I see they were piping a load. They were piping a load of stuff outside onto the stand, weren't they? Chanziri out and all that, and he's literally gone into hiding now, hasn't he? Not hurt.
Yeah. But I agree with you, Rich, that, like, you know, if it's like if you see industrial action, you don't cross the picket line. At this point, don't go. Like, your club is more important. What, you know, and to keep money out of his pocket, don't go. Simple as that. But yeah, unfortunately there are some brain dead fans. If it was even like if Leicester were doing the same thing, there'd still be people that go. Unfortunately,
Steve would.
No, Jack, you would, mate. You go home and away still.
Rich, what you got, mate?
I mean, Lumley got man of the match, didn't he, Joe Lumley, the other night? He had a blinder. That's a weird one. They've got a transfer embargo, yet they still let him sign a goalkeeper.
Well, it was an emergency loan, 7-day loan, wasn't it? So
I suppose.
Fantastic. I'm glad you found it funny when Rich said that about. I'm not going to repeat it because it will look like I'm cheering on Derby.
I'm going to go 2-1 Oxford. 2-1 Oxford.
2-1 Oxford. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go 1-0 Oxford.
He's doing it on purpose now. He's doing it on purpose now.
Just
to wind you up.
There won't be a lot of goals, to be fair. I just can't see it. Both sides are poor. They are. And Oxford, even against Wrexham, didn't really do a lot, and that ended up 1-0 to Wrexham. So, is
this like when you're a kid playing football and you're playing like under 10s and you'll play bottom of the league and you'll turn up and you think, this is an easy win today, isn't it? Yeah, we'll get an easy win and then we get some goals.
Annoyingly, we were the team that got battered every week, so you know.
Right, boys. Last pickings of the weekend then.
Oh,
Swansea City versus Norwich.
Wow.
I think this would be the last game for Manning, in my opinion.
Is this sacking due after the game, Rich, or how do you think this one goes?
Is this going to be like
versus 22nd, by the way?
17 minutes after the final whistle, Steve. Do you reckon they're going to do that?
Yeah, they're not going to let him back on the coach to get back to Norwich.
Yeah, you got to get your own way back. I don't think there's going to be many goals in this game. Norwich are obviously better away from home, but what have they lost now, Jack? How many games have they lost on the trot? They've obviously lost 6 at home on the trot.
They've lost 4 on the bounce.
Yeah, because they've lost the last 2 away.
They've lost 7 games this season already. And they've only won 2. One of them came against Blackburn.
I mean, Swansea don't score many goals. Norwich, Sargent's literally, he's not firing, is he? And if he's not scoring, they're not winning games. I'm going to go for a 1-0 Swansea victory.
I've gone for a 2-0 Swansea victory. As I say, I think this is Manning's last game. It'll be marching orders after this one. And they won't turn up, and Swansea will beat them 2-0.
I'm going Swansea 1, Norwich 1.
Oh, bloody hell, it's different.
I think
is that stay of execution? Does Manning stay, does he?
No, I think he'll still be gone even if they draw. 4-0 Swansea. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
That'd be an interesting one if that happens. 4-0. Do you guys all stream your away games like me? Pop in to see how things go. No, we actually go to games.
We'll be there.
Yeah, we're all match going fans rather than some of these people that sit on live streams.
We don't. We don't do watch alongs. We don't do watch alongs than that. I think we'd rather be there than do a
We'd rather be depressed, hundreds of miles away from home.
I'd rather pull my hair out at the stadium than pull my hair out at home watching it on the telly.
I mean, I loved going to Borough last Friday and getting home at 3 in the morning. It was great.
You'll enjoy going to Blackburn in a few weeks as well.
That's in December. That's in December, Steve. We've got to get November out of the way first.
That's it. Right.
Can we got a long range? Can we have a long range forecast? Is it
for the weather?
Walking on fine
water.
Walking on thin water.
Thin water.
Yeah.
Who's going to be walking on thin water this weekend then?
Will still if they lose.
Well,
definitely.
This is it. Could it be the Blackburn manager? Could it be Liam Manning? Could it be Will
Fuentes? I don't think he'll get sacked, but I think he's slowly losing some of the fans.
I'll be honest here. If we lose against Millwall, I sort of think that you sort of question the players.
I'm already questioning the players, Jack.
They're not getting sacked. No. Players never get. Players don't get sacked.
Players don't lose their jobs, do they? It's the manager. No. And with these players, they've had bloody 2 managers sacked already. So
players lose managers' jobs, Jack.
Well, they couldn't have Enzo sacked because Enzo left on his own accord. You're supporter of the year already, Rich.
Oh, thank you, Eric. You're too nice.
All that Disney money and power still went out last night at the racecourse. Doesn't get more tin pot than that. Well, there we go. Go check out the match preview for Millwall Leicester. It is on the channel now.
It was early, wasn't it? 3 o'clock.
Yeah, 3 o'clock I did it. He wasn't around at 8 o'clock to do it, so I ended up doing it solo. We ended up getting it done for about 45 minutes. So if you want to indulge in 45 minutes of Millwall Leicester talk, then yeah, go and check it out. That is the predictions for week 12. We will be back next week, as always, for week 13, and obviously week 14 is coming up as well, isn't it, boys? Is it going to be back to back next week? Thursday and Sunday next week, is it, or what do you reckon?
Yeah, there's no midweek games this week coming, but then the following week there is, isn't there?
Yeah, it's midweek. Yeah, so it's
what
is it? Saturday, this Saturday, and then Saturday next week, and then Tuesday and Wednesdays after. So yeah, love it. But no, hit the like button. The boys have set the like target at 64. Subscribe to both channels, the Final Whistle and the Suffolk Crunch. Rich, let everybody know when you are bringing out the match preview.
Well, I'm doing a little bit of a double preview tomorrow. So I'm going to the football first on Saturday, obviously 12:30 kickoff.
Yeah.
And then I'm going straight to the O2 in London. I'm going to watch Ipswich's own Fabio Wardley. He's fighting Joseph Parker on
Lovely.
Saturday night. Obviously, Parker's, I think he was scheduled to fight Usyk. Usyk was injured, so he's fighting Wardley. And I think whoever wins that will probably be fighting Usyk. So Fabio, he's a big Ipswich fan. And I'm looking forward to that. So I'm going to do a little double preview tomorrow, Jack. I'll do the town game and I'll do a bit of boxing as well, thrown in for good measure.
Nice.
We're hoping for a double. We're hoping for a double victory.
Let's see who gets the first punch. Then will it be Ipswich Town or will it be your man Wardley?
Well, let's hope that we both get victories. We both get victories.
Cheers, boys.
Let's hope you don't get chinned down at Millwall.
I know. Well, they've sold out at the weekend, so we might
Have you got upper and lower?
I'm on the lower.
Yeah, Jack's on the lower, I'm on the upper. Can't be on the lower.
There was at one stage when they only gave the upper at Millwall.
Well,
but now they've started to give the lower, haven't they? It's a little bit of a... I don't mind the Den, but it's a little bit soulless. It's a bit... Yeah, it's not... I played on that pitch twice, boys. So when you're watching that game on Saturday, I've actually played there the last couple of years. One of my mates is a big Millwall fan, and we played on that pitch. One day, it was bloody boiling. That pitch is big. It don't look so big when you're in that stand. I'll tell you, when you're out there running around, especially when you're at 49, Jack, as well. Not as young as I used to be, running down the wing.
Soon be 50.
Yeah, next year, mate. Steady on.
Cheers, boys. Night, everyone. We'll catch you again next week.
All the best.
All the best.